Welcome back everyone, and to anyone who is new, welcome to the channel. My name is Prithvi and I am a 19-year-old MMA fighter who also goes to college. This is the first video that I'm putting out after the fight and after I lost the fight actually. So what exactly was this fight? This was MFN Contenders, which is the biggest MMA promotion in India, and you basically fight to get a contract in MFN to play professionally, and you have to win like 5 fights. And I lost the first one. I know, very ashamed of it. This loss was a heavy blow on my confidence, but I am starting to regain it all because again this is going to be the story time of how I exactly lost. There was a lot of questions that I got regarding what exactly happened, what went wrong, and I'm gonna answer them all in this video. So what was it like leading up to the fight? Leading up to the fight, everything was fucking perfect. I was eating well. Yeah, I had to do a little bit of starvation here and there. I had to sort of not eat much, and I was considering weight cut up until some point. But everything started to sort of fix itself nearing fight days. So during fight week, my weight was around 68 point something, and I had to lose like 2 more kilos before starting to travel. Now I lost those 2 kilos successfully. I was eating lesser, like 5 to 600 calories lesser than I already was, which was I was eating less than 1,000 calories, and I was eating good volume but low calorie meals, basically like boiled chicken and stuff. So, what exactly happened before the fight was on weigh-in day. I was already fatigued because of the train traveling and all that. It was like, first of all, my train was late, 10 hours late something, and we were sitting in the station. My family was sitting with me, and eventually I told them to go back home because it was getting late. But everything was going very fucked up. It was starting to fuck up gradually because the train was late by like 12 hours or so. After the train, we were really fatigued. There was a really long taxi drive. It was like 2 hours to the Airbnb, and after that, we had to check in. We have to do all that, and we had to talk to the Airbnb guy. And in the Airbnb, we still had boiled chicken. My friend that I was staying with was having cup noodles that I got, and he had like 2 cup noodles with boiled chicken, and I was only having boiled chicken. Uh, Now, on weigh in day, I was really excited, but I was also very scared because I could not. The weighing scale that I had in the Airbnb that I ordered from Zepto, it showed me a reading of 64.8, which was to me very surprising considering I did not even expect to go below 65.9. So a whole 1 kg drop to me always made me question the weighing scale, and I even remember ordering another one just in case, and it showed me around the same reading. There was like 100 or 200 grams of difference. This made me really like anxious, and I woke up empty stomach the next day. I went to weigh in, and during weigh in I did not even sip much water. It was like 2 to 3 sips of water, and the only water that went in my mouth otherwise was probably when I was brushing my teeth. So right as I got to weigh in, after weighing in, I weighed in at 64.1, which was really surprising and really taking its toll on my body right after weigh in, because I remember having rajma chawal, kidney beans, and rice. And right after that, there was supposed to be a blood test. And before the blood test, I'm not scared of syringes, by the way. I don't have any sort of phobia. But I remember as soon as I saw everyone on a line, and I just started feeling very uh, nauseous. I fainted around 2 to 3 times. I think 3 times I did faint. The third time was someone took a hold of me, and my friend made me sit on a chair. So they took my form early because I was feeling nauseous, and there were a lot of fighters like this. Uh, many fighters were basically their blood test was taken early because they were feeling nauseous. There were so many fighters cutting weight at the last moment, and this wasn't a shock. I knew I would feel somewhat nauseous. I did end up feeling a lot more nauseous than I expected. So after I returned to the Airbnb, I started eating a bit of sugar, a bit of everything, and even some sunflower seeds to keep me full. The next meal that I had was straight in the evening, which was around 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock in the evening, and this was where I fucked up. I was supposed to follow Kelsey Poutler's clutch day protocol. I did not. If you don't know what that is, it's basically Kelsey Poutler is some Instagram influencer who always has a really good um, sort of diet plan and stuff for athletes, and this was supposed to be what I was supposed to follow. I did follow, and one of the main components in there was rice. Now, my thinking was I do not want to risk having non-veg from outside in a completely different city. So let's just go with the safest option in the menu, and that was fried rice. Now, fried rice fucked it all up. The next morning, I woke up feeling like someone was sort of prying open my stomach, and I remember I puked like 2 to 3 times that one day, and that was fight day. That day was supposed to be when the fight was. Now, I remember I in the morning I gagged myself to sort of get myself some relief so I can puke and just get this done with. But it did not end there. I had loose motions. I was puking every now and then, and then we were supposed to go to the stadium. Now, in the stadium, there was rule briefing. There were a lot of things going on, and I remember asking the coaches, not the coaches, the officials there, that if there is a lot of time remaining for the featherweight competition, I and there was, and they said if you are going, you're going at your own risk. हम कुछ responsibility नहीं लेने वाले. If you miss your fight, you miss your fight. So I kept my friend in the stadium. I alone went to the Airbnb to rest a little. Turns out the rest wasn't enough because I did not rest at all. I was feeling the nerves. I was feeling like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Because I keep drinking ORS and my stomach is completely empty. The only thing that I had was milk bread because that was supposed to be the only thing that I could digest. Now, it was fight time. I was feeling somewhat better, but it was only because of the adrenaline rush that I was having after I started hearing my name being announced. While gearing up, I saw my opponent. There was no nerves at all. I was very confident that I can still take him. Now, the first 2 rounds, the first round my takedown failed. He took my back, but I still was able to reverse him instantly. There was no top position time for the opponent there. The first 2 rounds, I was always on top. His strikes weren't all that impressive. There was nothing that I got dominated in. His nose was busted up. I ended up walking out of the cage unscathed. There was nothing on my face, not a single bruise. I think there was some sort of pinking here, but nothing except that. In the second round, I remember feeling every fucking movement in my muscle. My muscles were completely depleted of glycogen. I did not have any sugar, anything before the fight. The only thing that I could have was milk bread because if I was eating anything else, my stomach started to wanting to throw it all out. Because I remember eating a Snickers bar and instantly puking right before the fight. So, how do I feel about this loss? It is pretty displeasing. It took a huge fucking toll on my confidence right after the fight. I cried the shit out of myself. This was my first time losing. This was my second fight, so like people won't all that be concerned with how my second fight went. My coaches, the new coach that I had from FFC, he reached out to me. The old coaches that I had did not. And about what my future plans are, my parents have decided not to send me to MMA training for the time being. I find myself in a back and forth conversation slash argument every now and then to get back into training and stuff. College isn't the best, but I'm still somehow managing. I want to get back to training, and hopefully in the near future I also get back to fighting, because I know for a fact I'm already back to 71 kilos and I know my stamina will be affected because of this. I think that's all. Now, before I go, I'll leave you with one thing. To all the people who believed in me, thank you so much. And I promise I won't let you down again. And to all the people who did not, and also to the people who did. My name is Prithvi Sanu Torpil. And if there's one thing I do, and I do good, it is that I always come back.